What's up, party people? It's Keys Dan with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous. It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ service, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time, DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you could have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Let me entertain you. Make your next thing a big one. Speaking of entertainment, today on the program, I have The Chosen, as in We Are The Chosen. Oh yeah, they're that musical group out of Brooklyn, New York, Jersey, up there in that area. They're a genre. Okay, look, let me read their little bio. They're a genre-defying band that has been performing together since 2008, hailing from Brooklyn, New York, and New Jersey. And it's 6 talented musicians. Now, I think I only got 3 of them on the show, but 3 out of 6 ain't bad. 50%. Maybe on the next one, I'll get the rest of the band. But let me tell you, it's going to be a good time. So stick around. You're going to get to know about the people of The Chosen. We are The Chosen. Look that up. Look that up. I know I have all the show notes down below, but look it up. All right. This week's shows. Oh, I have 2 public shows for my loyal listeners, for my loyal friends. 2 public shows. Friday night, I will be at my usual Friday night gig. It's the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. The video dance party, karaoke jam. Yes, I said karaoke. You're the stars of the show. We got a little concert starring each and every one of you. Come on out to the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. It's the club. It's the place to be. We got the best bar staff in the whole wide world. Full bar, kitchens open, pool tables. They got a pool tournament on Friday night. So if you want to try your hand at playing pool and possibly make some money while you're waiting to sing on stage right next to me, come on out to the Rab Friday night, 8 p.m. until 12:30 in the AM. And then on Saturday, I'll be spending the afternoon in Fairfield Bay, Arkansas for the Surf the Bay party. It's on the docks in Fairfield Bay. There's going to be boats flying around, but you know I'm going to have the video dance party, karaoke jam, and I think they've already made a request. They want to do some Just Dance Revolutions type stuff, so they'll be dancing along. I'll have the screen set up so you could dance along with the music videos. It's not just going to be the electric slide. It's not just going to be the Macarena. It's going to be every song that I have on Just Dance, and I have hundreds and hundreds of them. You could do a little dance to them. So we'll get some exercise, and we're going to have some fun hanging out on the docks at Fairfield Bay. I think that's 4 o'clock until about 8 o'clock in the p.m. So we'll spend the afternoon into the evening at Fairfield Bay on the docks. Surf the Bay. Come on out. Saturday. I like my shows. I'm so glad I still get to perform for the people after all these years. Speaking of performing for the people, let's get into it with We Are The Chosen. I got them on Skype, so if you're listening to the audio version of this, I encourage you to check out my YouTube page, youtube.com/user/KeysDan. Skyping We Are The Chosen now. So I have MrGoldenChild. I have HiCoup. And introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Poet the Drummer.
Poet the Drummer. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to give away anybody's real name. You know, if you're branding is important. All right.
Facts.
My friends, The Chosen. We are The Chosen. Man.
Just by the way, my HiCoup.
HiCoup, that's what I said. All right. I got MrGoldenChild, got HiCoup, and I got Poet the Drummer. Well, I guess that's not entirely the whole band. I'm missing young Natty. Where's young Natty?
Yeah. I mean, like this, what do you call? We all family, man.
He's a young husband. He's a young husband.
He's a young husband, you know.
And he's got a business. He has some stuff to do.
See, that's a perfect place to start. When you have a band, when you're young, when you're in your 20s, you're made of rubber. You got your Wolverine powers. You could do whatever you want. I tell people in their 20s, don't get married. Don't get involved. Don't get in a relationship. Do what you got to do. Sow your wild oats. Get your life straight. Get yourself straight. before you try to involve somebody else, right?
Yeah, now you're right. You're right. I agree with you on that.
Absolutely.
No, but we all didn't do that though.
I don't think
we all got married. We all had children, and now we at an age where they're out the house, and we can get back to the music again. So this is where we at.
See, I don't think I followed my own advice as well, but I if somebody could learn from the mistakes of others or from the life lessons of others, do everything you want until you're 30. Then when you're 30, you start to settle down. Now, with a band, when you have 4 guys or 5 guys trying to get together and make some music and go on tour and go around the world, trying to spread the love, spread the joy, spread the music, it's hard. It's hard on a family. The only people you can count on is each other. Mr. GoldenChild, HiCoup, Poet the drummer, and unfortunately no young Natty here because duty calls, other things had to happen. But, hey, since Mr. GoldenChild is currently on the screen, give me an idea of who you are.
I'm a father, I'm a son, and I'm a king. I've grown up in this band from being a young man, 20-some years old, to 20 years later, I'm 44, about to be 45, and we still back together, about to do what we do, because the Chosen is everything, man. And to be around my brothers again and have this energy that we starting to build up again with the new album coming out and videos and shows, it feels good to be at their age still doing it. So that's what I'm about.
Well, I can see you got the gift of gab. If you look at your bio, it says vocals and MC. Back when I first started DJing, it was 2 turntables and a microphone. And most of the time, it was always a 2-man crew. I would be on the 1s and 2s, and then I would have an MC giving the gift of gab, getting the crowd hyped. Or we would switch around. I'd be dancing Danny G, and he'd be DJ J on the back doing the 1s and 2s. Now you got to do it all. I'm so glad you still have the ability to have a team, 4 different people giving different ideas, different flavors, not just hip hop, not just rock, not just soul, not just reggae. See, I'm from Key Largo. I love the island life. I know it's not quite the, Jamaica or the Bahamas or Turks and Caicos. It's not quite that, but I still
but the Keys got that though. You got Bohemians down there too. I've been down there. They down there. Cubans is down there. Puerto Ricans is down there. Yeah, it's down there. It's definitely down there. So you know what he's talking about. Well, exactly what you're talking about. I'm half
Cuban, and let me tell you, Bob Marley had, I don't know, what did he have, like 20 kids? And a lot of them live in South Florida. I would catch them at my local guitar center. So you got that flavor. You got the different types of music. Who is feeding all these different types of influences? Let's talk to HiCoup, the other man on the mic.
What's going on, sir? How you feeling today?
Well, I'm great, man. But tell me, who is HiCoup?
First of all, am I coming in loud and clear? Like I'm coming good?
You're doing okay. It'd be better if you had a headset microphone like Mr. GoldenChild, but you sound okay. Trying to deal with this technology.
I'll take okay. I'll just get a little bit more boisterous. Yes. But ask me whatever you would like to ask me.
I would like to know who you are. I mean, what give me the beginnings of HiCoup. How did HiCoup become the MC, the gift of gab? Did you always have it? Where did you grow up? There, I threw a few questions at you.
Yeah, you threw a few questions. Well, I was born in Brooklyn. I was raised in New Jersey. Around 16 years old, I decided I wanted to dabble and dibble and dabble in this rap thing. And around a few years later, I started getting into this battle rap thing. A few years later than that, I met my man GoldenChild, Dada, and we always said, there's something in the future for us. I never believed him. I never believed him when he said it. But I'm so happy to be proven wrong. And I toured a lot. I'm a dad, like GoldenChild said. I'm a father myself. The worst thing about me is that there's nothing in my rap music that you'll hear that is a lie. That's why he's the defendant in court. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's always yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
Okay, now you have to have poetic license, and this is leading me to talk to Poet the drummer. You have to have poetic license. There's not just a writer writes and embellishes. The word is embellish. Yeah, some of that had a grain of truth, a string of truth, but there was embellishment. I have a poet that maybe he's not on the mic so much, but he's on the drums. Tell me about Poet the drummer.
Yeah, wow. What's going on, everybody? Oh, I have so many influences throughout my life. I grew up in Harlem. I'll tell you a quick story about how I started playing the drums. I originally was a trombone player. And I went to church on Sunday, and I saw this girl playing the drums, big girl playing the drums, and the hi-hat was going up and down. I'm like, how is she making that do that? So I walked over to the hi-hat after service, and I touched the hi-hat, and she was like, hey, kid, get off the drums, don't touch the drums. So I was kind of hooked ever since, but I grew up in the era of, when jazz was still prevalent in Harlem. I got to see a lot of the jazz greats, from the Blue Note to, La Familes to the Baby Grand, because my grandmother frequented a lot of those spots. And also listening to a lot of the old school, Philly sound and the New York sound and, the mixes coming out of London, just the different sounds. And I paid attention to how these drummers sounded and the grooves that they played that, a lot of us sample or at one particular time did sample. Mm-hmm. I wanted to play and make the beats feel like how that felt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not even about the sample. It's about the way to, think about some of the songs that you've heard over your lifetime where the groove is just so funky, whether it's rock, whether it's pop, whether it's Afro beat, whether it's funk, whether it's, reggae or whatever. Some of the greatest songs when I play, I wanted people to feel like I felt in hearing those songs. So let's go to the prefix poet. I used to be a rapper in my short span of being a rapper. And up until when NWA came out, that's when I stopped because I just couldn't get into the whole gangster rap thing. But I did grow up in the era of the blackouts in Harlem, where rap changed and everybody all of a sudden had all this new equipment that they acquired because of the blackouts. You know what I mean?
Blackout.
DJ Kool Herc and Grandmaster Flash and all of the greats. My uncle was a DJ, so I got to meet a lot of those guys. And again, it goes back to hearing, the vacant lots in Harlem, hearing all of these songs that we grew up with, bumping through these Howard Sherwin Vegas, you know what I mean? And bumping through the streets and hearing and looking and seeing people dance to let's dance to the drummer's beat, you know what I mean? Like, and what does that feel like as a drummer? So if I'm playing and people are not feeling like that, then I'm not a drummer.
That's real.
Poet, okay, you mentioned the trombone. I believe that the trombone is a gateway to other musical instruments. I've talked to guitarists, piano, MCs, turntablists. A lot of them started on the trombone. How did that happen? I think there's a lot of music that can be played there, but I'm already feeling it. Poet, you came from New York at the right time. You were in the right time at the right place because, you're talking about the beginnings of rap, the beginnings of hip hop, the beginnings of turntablism. I'm class of '86, and me living down in Miami, the Florida Keys. We had a taste of it because the biggest suburb of New York is Miami. A New Yorker's favorite wine is, I want to go to Florida, so we get all those people coming through. Yeah, we get all those people coming through. So you were talking about the greats, and I remember rap when it was new, when MTV was brand new, It was whatever happens, whatever may comes, whatever maybe it's cool. I got to cover beloved from A to Z. I'm the overweight lover, Heavy D. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. But
nice. I like how you did that.
But it was clean. It was clean rap. It wasn't before NWA, before 2 Live Crew. It wasn't a lot of. It was a rap that was, I don't know. It was radio play. But then when 2 Live Crew and NWA and Ice Cube, Ice-T, Eazy-E, loved them. But they came in and changed everything up. You can't play this on the radio. This is going to be underground. This is going to be way down below. So, but the kids are listening to it in their rooms with their headphones on, kind of like the kids are listening to music maybe their mom and dad doesn't want to hear. They're listening to it. They're getting influenced by it. Poet, you got influenced. MrGoldenChild, you got influenced. HiCoup, you got influenced by these people that were changing the game. But you were talking about the funky drum. If I heard the funky drummer beat from James Brown sampled time after time after time, there's a reason. It's because that was a funky drum beat, man. Mm-hmm. That's a good backbeat.
Thing about it, that's not the funkiest. Like, the older I got into different. I remember, me and my wife went to see Fela Kuti. If he had a show on, not the actual Fela, but he had a show on Broadway called Fela. Mm-hmm. And that introduced me to the world of Afrobeat. That when I say Fela, from Nigeria came to America and played with, the Bootsy Collins, played with the James Browns, Tito Puentes, and incorporated a lot of what he heard and took it back to Nigeria. Mm-hmm. And made a whole movement. When I tell you, like, I listen to some of his stuff and I'm like, this is like African, Afro-Cuban, jazz, everything rolled into one. And he had the same precision, the same expectation of excellence from his musicians as the James Brown had. You know what I mean? But on a worldwide level. Like it's a lot of influences musically out there that if you're a producer, you want it. You know what I mean? If you're a consumer, you're missing out because you really need to. You're in the position now where you can download and go to all these sites and stream music, and everything is available to you. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Well, you mentioned, the homeland, the motherland. MrGoldenChild already mentioned that he's descended from kings, and he is a king. Because that is the history of for lack of a better word, your people. Okay, that is the history of
our people, but everybody. You know what I mean? Because it's just not. You have different cultures in it. You know what I mean? And you have the Italian culture, you have the Latino culture, you have the Caribbean culture, you have the West Indian culture, you have the Indian culture that incorporate all of these sounds, and everybody, music is universal. You know what I mean? It's not just it belongs to everybody.
It's mathematical, man. It does bring the world together. You mentioned Tito Puente. I'm pretty good friends with Tito Puente Jr., and he is like taking his dad's music and putting his own little flavor to it. It seems like that's where you want to be. You've been doing this for 20 years together. You've been taking the influences that you had from way back when, from your parents, from your grandparents, and you've been not only playing that music, but putting your own spin on it and making your own music. HiCoup, I haven't heard some stuff from you. Tell me, how do you see yourself as the MC? You got the gift of gab. You got to motivate the people. Tell me how you do that.
Well, I'm the muscle. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the muscle. I'm, Poet is the general. Dada is definitely the captain. We can flip a coin to who's the lieutenant between the bass player and the guitar player. But I'm the muscle. When it's time to get really gritty, I'm a street rapper. When it's time to get really gritty, that's when they call me in. I'm the hitman.
Oh my God.
Facts.
I do everybody dirty, and then I go away. I'm John Wick in this band.
I'm getting a little bit scared, Haiku. A little bit scared. I'm glad you're on that side of the screen. I can tell when you go to a show. Don't make any trouble. Don't do nothing. Won't be nothing. You know, there's a.
Don't start nothing. Won't be nothing. But when they call me in and when they say Haiku, this is what you got to do now. It's okay. I gotta come in. I lock. I load. I set sight. I shoot, and that's it.
I want to apologize to the beginning. I forgot. I'm so bad. I forgot that there's another member of the band, Mr. Lucien Smith, the lead guitar. What happened to him? Where's he at? Is he taking care of family too?
No, I mean, Lucien is, well, don't get me fucked up.
Yeah.
Lou, okay? Don't you get me in trouble here.
It's an inside joke there. We used to say his name wrong, pronounce it wrong. So we just call him Lou. But it's Lucien.
Yeah, Lucien. But any member that's not here now, you know, they're on assignment somewhere else.
Yeah. And
you better believe it's important if they're not here now.
Well, I'm just reading your bio. I'm finally on your website. I've been looking at it, but then there's Gregg Green, a rhythm guitarist. I mean, your band is getting bigger and bigger. The more I talk about it, the more I look at it. You know, it's starting to look like Chicago or Earth, Wind, and Fire. What are we doing here?
It's kind of like that. Well, as far as Gregg Green is concerned, Gregg Green is in Amsterdam. He lives in Europe, so he's been there for like the last 10 years. But he's on the recording. He's one of the founding members of The Chosen. We are The Chosen. And we definitely had to include him because, I mean, his work and his blood, sweat, and tears is on the music. So out of respect for him being overseas, that's why he's included. But yeah.
Well, like Sam Jackson said in Pulp Fiction, our man in Amsterdam.
Yeah, that's that.
All right, well, let's talk to Mr. GoldenChild, you know, the chief, the leader, Dada. Tell me about Dada. I know that there's a whole movement, Dadaism. Tell me about that. Why do you identify with that name, Dada?
A variety of reasons, but the biggest reason now is just being a father and a provider and a husband and a business owner. Like, that's what the Baba or the Dada part means for me now. When I was younger, you know, it was just a cool nickname, but now it's the responsibility of, you know, leading the youth the right way. You know what I'm saying? Showing them through our sacrifices how to do it. Because right now the music is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's all over the place. And when you look at what we're a brotherhood. Yeah, we're a band, but we're a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? We're bonded together by music, but we move together as one. And, you know, that's the one thing I want people to see. That's why the name is We Are The Chosen, because we are. So just to learn a little bit more about us, sound that we got is unique, you know, and we're here to show the people what it is again.
Yeah, that's another thing is that, you know, these kids today with their branding, you know, back 20 years ago when we first started, it wasn't anything about, you had to have some kind of a brand. People had to know who you were, what to call you when you get up on stage. But now with the social media, you got to brand. I noticed that on one thing, you're The Chosen. The other one's The Chosen Band. I want you to brand We Are The Chosen because it's a group. It's a feeling. It's the 4 or the 5 of you that are getting together, building an audience, building a following, building a feeling. You know, people that have been working hard all week. You know, what are you going to do to get them off their couch and go to a Chosen show? If they come to a Chosen show, what do they expect to see? And where are the Chosen shows nowadays?
All right, I'll let Paul. You can take that one. Go ahead.
All right. So, wow.
What's the Chosen soul like, Poe? What's the Chosen soul like? You could tell them what it is. You could tell.
I just tell you a brief history of how, you know, we are not. Dada is the original founding member of the Chosen, but it wasn't called the Chosen then. But I can't even remember what they were called before that because they didn't sound nothing like how we sound now.
Hell nah.
But just a brief history. I met Dada, I guess, in the late '90s. I met him through Craigslist, just add drummer, and everything that he was saying, I was like, "Yo, this is something for me." So I reached out, called the number. I sent them an email. I got a call back from our manager, Lucien. She's the general. Don't get it.
And he has a tendency to be very mean.
She is the general. So she made it very clear of what her expectations were from me, and that I would have to prove myself, be worthy to play with Dada and them. So immediately, my first, opportunity to gig with them, we met at a rehearsal studio they had in Brooklyn, and immediately it just clicked.
Yeah.
So what I heard was just raw, uncut talent and expression, and which was in line with what I was looking for. I wasn't looking for something where, we had to stick to a certain genre. It's whatever you brought to the table and it felt good and we all agreed on it. That's what we did. And that has continued because we've evolved certain songs throughout our years to sound different ways. And there's been several members of our group that's came along, you know what I mean? He mentioned Gregg Green. Gregg Green had more of a roots reggae feel. You know what I mean? And we had a trombone player. We had, at one particular time, we had a full brass section.
Yep.
In a band. And we decided at one particular point that we need to just dumb it down and just make it raw. And because we started incorporating rock. And that's where Young Natty came in, because Young Natty added that essence of rock to us. You know what I mean? But we all had it in us. This is before we met HiCoup. And here come HiCoup. HiCoup had the keys on his belt loop. He came through, had the Amos 800 shirt on. And as soon as he spit, we fell in love with him. And that became our like every bit and piece that you see became our signature sound. And we tore up everywhere we went. Everywhere we went, we tore it up. And people liked us. People loved the rawness of HiCoup. You know what I mean? They loved this OG personality because it was genuine and it wasn't malicious. As malicious as he made sound, it wasn't malicious. It was genuine. You know what I mean? Dada was genuine. I was genuine. We all had different personalities. I was the oldest, so I had a family. So I'll be the first one to say, "Yo, I gotta go work tomorrow." And I was the only one who didn't smoke weed, so I'm going to drink. You know what I mean? But it worked for us. So the sound that we have and what makes the Chosen is just a combination of different personalities and different experiences that we select that are genuine.
Well, like I said before, you grew up at the right time. 20, 30 years ago when we were growing up, with the kids, what did I get for my 9th birthday? A job. Okay. People are always making excuses not to work. I'm too sick. I'm too tired. I'm only 5. Hey, get a job. Okay, look, it sounds like you have a work ethic. You're not only doing this thing at night, but you're also taking care of a family, and you know that you need to have some kind of a steady job. Yes, the entertainment business, the money can be good, but the work is not steady. It's a hustle. It's always a hustle. It's a constant hustle. But you say MrGoldenChild was the leader, but he surrounded himself with good people. The good mark of a good leader is somebody who hires people that are as good or better than him. That's right, to surround yourself with winners, man. And it sounds like that's what you got. I know I've been listening to some of your music that's out there, and I'm very proud to put it on RadioWhat.com. Absolutely, no problem. Sounds great. Whatever I like, I'm going to play it. And I'm going to play it at the club on Friday night, too. I think it's going to be reggae, soul, rock night over at the Rab on Friday night, because I want people to hear this, and they're going to go, who is that up there on the screen? Because I'm going to play your video. Who is that up there? Yeah. Oh, That is the Chosen. We are the Chosen. At We Are the Chosen. I want you to brand that. I want you to make every one of your social medias at We Are the Chosen. That way, when I Google it, I'm not getting We Are the Chosen clothing brand. Not that I'm sponsored in any way by them, but I'm very happy. But We Are the Chosen, man. I love that name. I love that feeling. I love what it conjures up. We are the Chosen. HiCoup, you're the man in front, getting the people hype. I had a poet already tell me what it's like to be at the show, and I want to ask Poet about his gear a little bit later. But HiCoup, what kind of gear are you bringing to the show? Do you play any instruments, or is your body your instrument?
Nah, I'm a vocalist. I am the other friend to WeAreTheCHOSEN, and I've learned to use my voice as an instrument. You know what I mean? I came up battle rapping. So when Dada's giving you the flavor of maybe say some reggae and things of this nature, and Dada's a rapper too, but I'm a straight street battle rapper. Like, I used to battle cats for money. This is what I do. To get my kids Pampers like that. Like, I used to hop turnstiles and punch cats in the face, and then battle rap them on the corner, and then take the money and then go back to where I came from. Like, I'm a straight battle rapper. But the beautiful thing about being with Poet and Dada and Lucien and young Natty is getting with a band is it allowed me to grow. I remember one time I'll never forget. One time I was in the studio rapping, and I was still like in my fledgling battle rap, and the producer I was dealing with said, "Who you beefing with?" And I didn't understand what he meant. I was like, I don't know. I'm just, talking shit to somebody that's not here. That's what battle rappers do. You know what I'm saying? The battle rappers be like, I'll do all this to you. I'll do all that to you. And then you turn around and ain't nobody there. You know what I'm saying? And then I had to go from being a battle rapper to keeping the same battle rapper energy, but to learn how to create and write songs. I had to go from being a battle rapper, keep it the same energy, but then be a songwriter. And The Chosen as a band really continuously brings that out of me. I am that, I've said it before, I'm the muscle. Like, I'm the Dada says something like, and it might not be Dada. It might be Poet. Dada, Poet to say, HiCoup, lock and load. And I'd be like, click, clack, blah, 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 blah. And, okay. And then the drums come in. And then there's more singing. There's more guitars and shit. And if either one of them say to me, HiCoup, lock and load again, blah, 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 that's what I do.
Man, one thing that I took away from that, HiCoup, was that you can visualize. You have the ability to see. Okay, the best boxers that I've ever heard of, they visualize that person in front of them as their enemy, or the best warriors visualize those people as their enemies. Some of them might actually be enemies, but if you visualize that, even on a smaller scale, the guy that took your lunch money, and you're very mad at him. You're the boss that made you.
Every rapper is my enemy.
Yeah, the boss that made you work on Saturday. That.
Every rapper is my enemy. Forget that rapper. On some real talk, every rapper that's rapping that's not me is my enemy.
Oh, can't we all just get along? I used to think that.
Every rapper, like, if you rapping, and I'm rapping, we can't both rap.
Okay, there was a time back in the 60s, back in the 50s, you had one microphone and 5 guys. Okay. And you all had to share that one microphone. Now everybody on stage and their mom and their dads and their sisters and brothers all got their own microphone. So, it's hard to stand out on top. It's hard to be the guy that's telling the message. If Mr. GoldenChild has a story to tell, he's laying down those lyrics. He's got that flow going. How do you know when to jump in? Are you the guy that's going, I went to the store. I went to the, are you that guy?
I got a question. How does that microphone smell?
It smells like this, right? I'm going to tell you right now. No need to boast, I roast incinerator.
Okay.
Hold close, that toast, homie. I see you, player.
Well, now I need to know who is the singer, who is the rapper, and who could do both.
That would be Dada. That would be Dada.
That is definitely
Don't remember the name.
I don't know. I think HiCoup is in and out. You frozen for a minute.
Oh, damn it, man. I was about to kill some shit.
I know. You just froze, bro. You got to slow down. It just froze you. But I feel the fire, but you got to wait for you to catch back up. I know, but we got to catch up to you. Your words just getting in front of you. We can't even see your face in real time right now.
Do you see it now?
There we go.
Dada's a rapper too.
I rap and I sing. I hold the melody down. That's what I do. I think the beautiful thing about all of us is that we all have something to bring to the table, and we're willing to share and make it this big thing that we call We Are the Chosen. Because, like, to harp on what Paul was saying in regards to why we jump around in different genres, we all brought our experiences to the table, and mixed them together and meshed them together so well that it's a beautiful gumbo of music. So that's why whenever you see We Are the Chosen classified as hip hop, reggae, soul, and rock, it is really that bowl of soup that you about to have. You know what I'm saying?
You said a word right there that's going to be the title of our next joint. We'll talk about that later.
All right, cool. Keep that.
That was magnificent right there. Okay.
Keep that. But to add on, Dan, you had asked earlier, what else we got going on? Well, our next show is Saturday, August 12th, at the Black Veg Fest in Brooklyn. Again, that is Saturday, August 12th, Black Veg Fest in Brooklyn, Crown Heights, Brooklyn. And what else did I want to add? It's the first show that we've done in 13 years. This is the new album. This is just us back together, big reunion. I want everybody to come out from old to the new cats and enjoy what we got to bring. It's time for that sound to come back. And the reason why I say that sound to come back is we represent the consciousness. You know what I'm saying? And we're a brotherhood of black men that are saying some positive things and moving music as our message. So that's pretty much what I got to say. I'm going to get off my soapbox.
No. Get back on your soapbox. This is a movie that I want to see. This is the movie about the guys that were together for, 20 years ago, and they had to break up. They had to take a little sabbatical for a little while. I mean, they all split up. They went their certain ways. Well, Mr. GoldenChild, when did the band get together officially? What year and when did it disperse? And when did you come back around?
Just to piggyback on what Poe was saying, I had a band before The Chosen, but we're not going to talk about them. That started in 2006. Plan B, that was the name of the idea, yeah. And then The Chosen came to identify the name. The Chosen came, that was the name of the band when we started in 2008. Here we go now, sped up to 2023 when we dropped the album. The reason why it became We Are the Chosen is, like you said, too many other bands were The Chosen. But what I also noticed is every time I performed, and even in the lyrics, you'll hear me say, we are the chosen. I'm introducing us as that. So when I was sitting there trying to select the name that would stand out, that would be close to what people remember, I listened to the song and I was like, yo, the name is right there. We are the chosen. And nobody on the side was like, nah, I don't like that. We just kind of just rock with it because we've been hearing that Since the beginning of time, we do rehearsals and we still say we are the chosen. So it just stuck. So if any branding miseducation, the education is we are the chosen, meaning we are all the chosen.
See, that's fantastic. I like the style. I just like the way that sounds. But tell me about when you got back together. Tell me about making an album these days, because I didn't even think people made albums. I thought it was all singles. I miss buying records. I miss going to the record store. Shoot, in Fort Lauderdale, where I went to high school, there was a spot where there was a video game parlor, a record store, and behind it was the movie theater. That was the corner where we all hung out. But they knew when I was going to the video game parlor and I parked between the video game and the record store, that guy from the record store, the owner, would pop his head out the door and say, "Hey, I got some new stuff for you. Come on in.
Word.
Come on in. Don't spend your money next door. Come and get the records."
Come see me.
And he knew. He got my number. But I miss buying albums. I miss, getting the actual record, a 12-inch record, opening it up, getting liner notes, seeing, some pictures of the artist, and, getting to know maybe a little history behind the music. And even CDs was like a smaller version of that. Do you still
I miss that too. That's gone, Yeah. I come from the era, like you said, when we actually had record stores you went to. These cats don't even know what a record store is.
Yeah, but
used to be in stores. That's gone. Now we have podcasts, which isn't a better replacement, but it's a replacement in itself, in that the technology has got to the point where we can be remotely in different places and still have the same communication. So it's. I wish we still have record stores. That'd be great, because those would be great hangouts. You know what I'm saying? Be lots of girls up in there.
Well, I'm guessing. Okay, now you're letting me know you do the music exactly why every other red-blooded heterosexual male does it. It's for the ladies. It's for the ladies. Okay, but you're telling me that yes, the podcast can be a kind of a replacement for liner notes. People can get an idea of who it is behind the music. Because anybody can go to your YouTube or go to your Spotify or go to your, I got different links, your Apple Music. I got that link that I'm going to put in the show notes. Anybody can go there and listen to the music, but to get to know the people behind the music, you can't get the album and read the liner notes. You have to go on a show like this, do a live, go to a radio station, give the people an idea of how the music became to be. But you said 2008 was the actual start of We Are the Chosen, and then what? You did it for a few years, and you had to break up and then come back together. What was the reason?
The thing is this: that we never broke up.
Okay,
there wasn't a moment where we were like, "Yo, it's over." We moved. I moved out of the city, and then again, we were all men trying to grow families and stuff. That period for me was just being a dad, getting my kids through college and everything else like that. And I could say the same for Poe and the same thing for HiCoup. Like, all of us are fathers.
We all that period has children that are college educated. Every single last one.
Yep.
Dada's daughter went to school 5 miles from where I live. You know what I mean? HiCoup's son goes to Princeton. My daughter graduated from Drew University. My son graduated from Rutgers. My wife graduated from Kane and from Fairleigh Dickinson. So we, sometimes life.
You gotta live.
Yeah.
You gotta live.
It's very difficult to, a lot of time. Like, it was cool. Like, it was cool when I was touring and just sex, drugs, and rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. Even if it's rap. It's sex, rap, and rock and roll. Sex, rap, and whatever. But, but the point, you know what I mean. But the point is, at some point, I had to say, okay, but I'm a dad, and this guy needs this stuff. So, as much as I love being a hoe, I go legit, get a real quote unquote real job, something that something that I can get a tax refund for. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep. Because you need those.
And then that lasts years. And then before you know it, you know, we hooked up about maybe a year ago. It was somebody's birthday. We all said we gonna go out to dinner. I told my woman, I said, I know what this is. I know what they doing. I know what they're doing. And I'm at the point where I got sciatica, my back hurts. You know what I'm saying? I had 10 kids. I'm like, I know what they're up to. And I'm not getting down with it. I said, I'm going to dinner, but I am not getting back into this music business. I wasn't. I was like, yo, screw that. I'm not getting back into it. My back hurts too much. And then before the bill can be brought, I looked at her. I was like, okay, I'm in.
See, that is the part of the movie. That is the part of the movie where the hero says, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Quick smash cut. Boom. You're on stage singing, doing your thing.
I'm in. Did you see what they did? Every time you think you out, they pull you back in. I'm glad to be back in. I'm in, yo. I'm all the way in, yo.
And here's the beauty of, like, one thing that's the beauty of it, like, if you take away the music, like, we all have successful careers outside of music. You know what I mean? Like, HiCoup is an artist, and he makes a great living as an artist, Death of Caesar. You know what I mean? I work for the government. You know what I mean? Dada works for the government. We all had successful careers that we developed during that time when we were taking care of our families, and we've successfully taken care of our families. And it was just like, you know, we all, you know, we will hook up every couple of times of the years, get up, smoke, drink, go to dinner, have fun, and because everybody knows everybody's family.
Yeah.
And then we always talked about it, you know, we need to do one more show. And Dada's the one who said, we're going to do one more show. And I have a feeling, my brother said something, because my brother came by when we were rehearsing. He's a tattoo artist. And he said, bruh, this is about to turn into something big. He said, be prepared. And when it comes, don't shy away from it. So with that being said, I mean, we just brothers getting together. We know how to tear it down. Because don't get it when you see us live. And I will say this, Dan, I will challenge you to this. Let what we do, our live performances, be exclusively broadcast on your shit. And you will, listeners will see, and your viewers will see what we do. Because the conversation is representative of our personalities and what we bring to the table. But people, when they see what we do and how we bring it, what you're hearing right now is not what you're going to see. You see animals. You're going to see something totally different in Dada. And you're going to say, that didn't represent the conversation we had. You're going to see something in me, and you're like, that's not poet. You're going to see HiCoup, and you're going to say, okay, I understand the blah, blah. You know what I mean? And you're going to meet the other members of the band that's just going to, and you'll be like, wow, that's a sound that nobody has ever captured.
See, this is the Hollywood movie. This is the 5 heartbeats. Got ain't nothing but love for you. Oh my goodness, this is
deeper than that.
No,
it's
this
deeper
is
than
you.
The 5 heartbeats. We not the 5 heartbeats. I was talking to Dada about it before, bro. We the Avengers. we are a whole superhero group, bro. And every member has a superhero. We got Hawkeye.
Oh, you mentioned the one. You mentioned Hawkeye, the one. He runs out of arrows.
It's freaking Tony Stark's out here. You know what I'm saying? We got members with groups. You know what I'm saying? We got whole groups. Lucien is Thor out here.
Man, I love Hawkeye, but he runs out of arrows. He says, I'm going to go back to the house. I'm all out of arrows.
Yeah, and he gets more arrows than he shoots that ass. Nigga, he gets that ass.
I'm going to need that arrow back. Let me get that back from you.
Make a shameless plug here.
Sure. Go ahead.
With the red hair, but she be whooping ass. Nigga, she be whooping ass.
I'm going to love Maker's
Or if you don't like that, we the X-Men.
I'm a bird.
Then we're the X-Men.
Hold on,
You know,
poet. Go ahead.
If you don't like that, then we're the Justice League.
So I'm a bird, and I want Maker's Mark to be able to sponsor us. So, see, Maker's Mark, please reach out to me. I'll do.
Hey, I don't mind shameless plugs at all. This is all about you. I want this. I want more people to know about We Are the Chosen. I'm already a fan. I'm already in the club, in the fan club. I already enjoy what you do, but I want more people to know, the joy that I have listening to your music. And, all right, now I guess we're winding this thing down. We've really only scratched the surface of who you are, and I want you to come back often as time progresses, as albums keep coming. But tell me about the making of this album. What's the name of it? How did it become? What studio did you go to? Who mixed it down? Give some shout outs. I know we can't do it by ourselves.
Well, I'll take that real quick.
Can I get that one, Dada?
Well, go ahead.
It's not. It was something that was already made already, man. It's no particular studio. This is just bits and pieces of our experiences throughout different places: South Carolina, New York, Jersey. Gotta give a shout out to my man Sharif. I can't remember the name of the studio, and I'm embarrassed for that. But it was we over in where were we at, Dada?
That's the village. The village. Who's in the village? Over near Meatpacking, below Meatpacking. Yeah.
They had a studio there. That's where we rehearsed all the time, and he allowed us free reign to do what we want to do. The studio was very analog, and it afforded us everything that we needed to do to develop the sound. And he was a big fan of us personally, and he never restricted us at any time. Yep. We would rehearse, and if we booked 3 hours, we would play for 5 or 6, and he only charged us for 3. Only thing he asked is, if I ask you for a cigarette, let me get a cigarette.
So you remember that place? That place was grimy. It was greasy.
Yeah,
it was beautiful. It was beautifully gutter.
So we have some joints that we did. Some we did at Best Buy Soundstage. Some we did at, we were one time sponsored by Bambu. So some we did with Bambu. Some we did at the Hit Factory. It's so many different places, and that's what you're hearing is a history of what we did from different places and different experiences in our time. But we soon going to release something that's going to be bananas.
Well, now you're giving people gems. The thing is about that first album, that one album that you have had your whole life to put together. That first album. Yeah, that's your whole life experience. And then once you get that out there, the people have listened to it for a year or two. Now you only have 2 years, 1 or 2 years to make the next album. It's like, okay, you gave me that. What's next? That kind of thing. But you said this is your life experience. This is a life's work so far. 2023. What's the name of this album? How many tracks are on it? Where can we get it?
You can get it everywhere. Apple Music, Amazon, Deezer, Tidal, all your DSPs that are out there. You can catch it everywhere. We Are the Chosen, the album. So the album is self-titled, so it's easier for you to find. We Are the Chosen is one word. So you ain't got to put no spaces. Just spell out We Are the Chosen. It's that simple. But to add on and piggyback, yes, the material is definitely for my life's work. Just to bring everybody up to speed, that was the show that we did at the Monkey. This was a minute ago. We did an opening for our cousin's DVD release party or something like that. And the guy who recorded, his name is Domingo. He's a world-renowned guitarist who plays the 12-string. He recorded our live session, and what you're hearing is the live session from that particular show.
So that's your offering, a live show, raw, gritty. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, did you get video on that? Because I'm a child of MTV. Yeah. I got to see my music videos. Whenever I'm playing at the club, I'll put the music video up on the screen. Are you going to have some videos for me?
Well, I mean, check it right now. Right, what we have right now is our official music video from the single "Lonely Rebel," which is off the album now. You can check that on YouTube. That's on all your video stations as well too. But "Lonely Rebel," "We Are the Chosen" is a song, and the official video is out right now.
Now, I found that on the GoldenChild Forever
YouTube page. Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been the media guy and documentarian for the band as well too. So if you need media, I got you.
Okay. Is there going to be an official "We Are the Chosen" YouTube, or is the GoldenChild Forever? That's going to be the official.
Nah, you can come here. Everything of mine is the Chosen. So. Yeah, you can just stay right there at that YouTube.
Stay there, right there. Okay, I got that link. I got that link right down below. So people can listen.
The website is for The Chosen is wearethechosen.bandzoogle.com. That's where you can catch all the information. You can buy the tracks there. You can listen to the video. You can see our calendar for our next events. That's like the central hub for everything that is We Are the Chosen.
All right, now let's get into the business side of the music business. How are people making money now? You're not buying records. Everything's pretty much for free out there. You know, people are stealing stuff. Well, stealing, borrowing, sharing. I don't know. Did Napster change everything to where people aren't making any money? Selling albums. The only way you can make money is on merch and playing live, right?
Making big money. I can't tell. Yeah. Where they making it from? I'm gonna be totally transparent. I have no fucking idea.
It's tough.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. If you're not performing, you ain't making no bread, yo.
Yeah,
and
that's pretty what it comes down to.
It is. Forget a record deal. Now, if someone wants a distribution deal, that's a dime a dozen as well. The reality is, like, I came up from the day where we were, like, when I met Dada, when I was still battling, I go up on stage, I battle somebody, I do a set, and I got like 80 CDs that I got from some Chinese place up in Harlem that got shut down. I'm selling them to you for fucking $10 a pop. So for me, if I sell 10, 20 CDs, I'm a rich man that night. Those days are over. Those days are over. So the reality is, if you're a music artist and you're not on tour, if you're not performing, you're getting cut a check, you're not making no money. So then you got to be careful that you do what you do out of genuine love for this shit. Because you might do some shows where you ain't getting no bread. It might lead you to some opportunities later where there is bread waiting for you. But if you think that every show you gonna do is gonna be bread right then and there, well, bruh, you already made it.
All right, so if we go to a We Are the Chosen show, is there going to be a merchandise table sitting out front? Is there going to be some hats and T-shirts and buttons and bumper stickers that I can buy for We Are the Chosen? Because that's where people are making their money as well, not just the live show, but
because we all have
T-shirt.
Our stuff. You might come to a Chosen show and you like Dada, and Dada's gonna have some stuff. You might come to a Chosen show and you're like, oh my God, I love HiCoup. Hopefully that's how you feel. And you're going to buy some HiCoup stuff. You're going to come through, and we all have different things going on. The one thing I love about our band is that we form together like Voltron. You know what I mean? It's like we all do different stuff. I tried to call Poet the other day, but I knew he was playing the drums in church the other day. I knew he was. That's how it was. I knew where he was. I was like, I had to ask forgiveness from the Lord. I said, Lord, I ain't mean to, I ain't mean to holler at him at church hours. My fault. You know I'm a heathen. My fault. I'm gonna wait till he get out. I might try to holler at Dada, but Dada is busy doing media stuff. Getting his bread on media stuff. Somebody might try to holler, yo, young Natty, our bass player, he got a hot sauce business. He got a whole hot sauce business. I might try to holler at him. He's selling hot sauce to restaurants. You know,
shout out to Family Band Hot Sauce. Family Band Hot Sauce.
Family Band Hot Sauce. I might try to holler at Lou, but Lou's too busy teaching people because he just got his master's. Somebody might try to holler at me, but I own a gallery. I'm in my gallery. As I'm speaking to you right now, I'm in my own gallery that I own. Somebody might try to holler at me, and I'm like, I'm too busy trying to make money off of artists that I'm promoting in my gallery. And then we all come together.
I already told you the music business, the money can be good, but the work's not steady. It's a hustle. And it sounds like you are all fine, upstanding members of society. You got your day jobs. You got your insurance, because sometimes you need that steady paycheck and that steady insurance so you can take care of your family. And then you go out at night and you go play. And hopefully it's not too stressful on your significant others, because it's hard on the family. Are you traveling outside of Brooklyn, outside of New York? Or are you staying local?
All of our family members are entertainers.
Yep.
Look, I can't say for anybody else. My woman's a doctor. She does what she does. You know what I'm saying? She out here hacking people up and sewing them up all day. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like the surgeon. She ain't worried about me, bro.
Yeah, so HiCoup's taken care of. We don't got to worry about HiCoup. He got a sugar mama.
Cool is good. Cool is real good.
Like, I'm gonna go tomorrow and I'm gonna install ceilings tomorrow just to get some sun. She ain't worried about it.
Nope. All right.
No, but to answer your question, Dan,
please.
We're open for any kind of future shows. Right now, the show that we're emphasizing is Saturday, August 12th, Black Veg Fest. First show in 13 years for The Chosen. To get out there, come check us. And then anything after that, I'm definitely down. You down where you at? Let us know if you got anything that you want us to come and feature at. We're definitely open. The band is together. We are out here rocking again and waving our flag to let the world know we are The Chosen and we ain't going nowhere.
Facts.
All right. You slide into their DMs, business only. And give them an offer, get them to a festival, a headline or whatever, But I'm very. Oh, look at that! What do you got there, Poet?
Barbados.
Let's represent the home, baby.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't have my Conch Republic flag, or else I'd pick that up. There was a time back in like the early '80s when Key West decided to secede from the Union. And the government wasn't having that, man. But they seceded for 2 days and formed their own government and applied for foreign aid because they weren't getting any money from the government. So they said, you know what? They're giving money to all those other nations. Let's secede and apply for foreign aid. That was a drunken stupor that the mayor had. I know I'm only doing fuzzy history. Look it up. It's pretty fun. But all right.
Let me ask you a question, Dan.
Please.
Florida Keys.
Yes.
That is like, I heard that it's like little Louisiana down there.
It is.
It's a little bit of everything down there.
It is. If you get all the way down to Key West, there's oh my gosh. Now there's like a Mardi Gras type of thing that happens every year at Halloween. It's called Fantasy Fest. And there's people going crazy, throwing beads, getting partially clothed or no clothed, but and experiencing the side of a human that maybe you wouldn't want to play drums in church for,
Come down there during that time and we tear the keys up.
But I'm in Arkansas now. I married a hillbilly, so I understand. I understand about doing stuff for families. I have some kids myself, and And I know the first time that my daughter said, "I love you, Dad," I was like, "Should I buy you a car?" I know you're only a baby. No.
Yeah, don't do that.
You go down to the Keys, we record it and send it to you.
Oh.
Word.
Ooh.
Word.
Man,
Word.
you're gonna make me homesick.
Listen, if you need a live performance, we could definitely get that to you. That's not a problem.
I appreciate that, man, so much, and I'm glad that we got to know each other a little bit. Like I said, we only scratch the surface. I like to limit these things to about an hour because I'm mindful of people's time. Not just the listener, but also the people that are on it. You got families to go back to. I know HiCoup, your doctor lady doesn't care where you're doing, but I'm sure she cares. I'm sure she cares what you're doing. But
as long as I'm behaving, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, as long as she knows she can find me on the corner or at the liquor store, she don't care. Where else she like, yo, what you doing, yo?
All right. Well, I want the three of you to give a few shout outs to people that have helped you along the way. You've already name checked a few people. HiCoup, I want you to give some shout outs to people that have helped you along the way. If you can remember a few names.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to the Justice League. That's the first group I was ever with. The Arsonists. I want to shout out my man CF, Jersey City rapper. He used to go by the name Tin Man. I want to shout out who EO Dub. You know what I'm saying? Where I won my first battle at. You know what I'm saying? New York stuff. I want to shout out to Brooklyn and Jersey City, where I'm from. I want to shout out to the Chosen, Young Natty, Lou, Gregg Green. I want to shout out to Dada and Poet for thank you for dealing with me. And I also want to give a shout out to who I don't want to give a shout out to, and that's Fifth Column. Y'all know who you are. No shout out, y'all.
All right, Poet.
Go ahead, Poe.
Give some shout outs.
I want to give a shout out to Dada, my man HiCoup, got Kush, Gregg Green. And some of the, members that we've had, during the Chosen that's made us who we were throughout the travels. There's been a lot of members that we have come through and add to our style and our sound. But first, most of all, I want to give out the shout out to my family for the patience that they've had for me for the nights out, the rehearsal, the gigs, and things of that nature. They're very understanding because all my family are artists. I have 3 kids. My daughter, I may not look as young as I look, but I have a 30-year-old daughter, 27-year-old son, and my son is a graphic designer. My daughter is a singer. And they understand the lifestyle, and I have a 15-year-old who's a graphic designer and a skateboarder. So they understand, and they've always been supportive of what I've done, and they've been a friend to my family, my extended family, Dada, HiCoup, Louisa, Lucien, young Natty, you know what I mean? And we were just here sitting outside this Saturday at the fire pit, popping shit, having a great time. Kick your ass next time I see you. I know what you did.
Yo, how you coming at me?
So, but I just want to give out to my, shout out to my family and my extended family for having the patience of who I am as a person, and thank you for letting me be who I am. And without.
I appreciate that. Hey, I just became a grandpa twice over. So I know about getting older, my friend. All right, Mr. GoldenChild, give a few shout outs.
I'm going to make mine quick. Shout out to my brothers of the Chosen. Without you, we couldn't do what we do. We wouldn't be here right here with Dan, having these interviews, putting out this music. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the love and the brotherhood that we've kept together. Yeah, there we go. Poet the drummer. And shout out to the old fans and the new fans we're going to make once y'all hear the music and get to see us perform live, at a stage near you, because we're going to tear it down. I'm real quick, so I'll keep it real cool on that. Other than that, and shout out the wives and the girlfriends, because without y'all, none of this would be possible. It would be very hard for us to get together and do what we do at this age without you guys allowing us to do what we got to do. So Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
one last shout out to Louisa,
Got me looking bad, bro.
the manager, the brains behind everything that controls everything that goes on without everybody knowing. Without her, half this shit wouldn't get done. I'm in her space right now getting this interview done. So shout out to her for that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You mentioned
Louisa.
you mentioned the wives. You mentioned the wives and the girlfriends. I hope they never meet each other. My wife.
No,
and
they
my
have.
girlfriend. My wife and my girlfriend.
Oh, your wife and your girl.
I'm just kidding, honey. I'm just kidding. You're the only one. I'm just kidding. All right. All right.
She's off in the. She's in the cut. She don't even hear me. I'm isolated right now.
It's to show her face.
Huh? Nah, she's eating right now.
No,
She didn't
that's
want to
okay.
do that.
Now, all right.
Yeah.
Now, I always finish these things off with last words for the people. This could be, I don't want this to be the last time that we talk. Once again, as time progresses, maybe another half a year from now, you come back and you tell me about what's going on, how the album has been doing, how the fans have been, building. But I want to finish this off with last words for the people. This could be words to live by, something you heard a long time ago, or maybe a mantra you wake up with every morning, or just whatever pops up in your head at this moment in time. Since I got three of you, I'm going to have you all give last words for the people. We'll go with HiCoup. Give the last words for the people.
Okay. Last words for the people. I want to finish a shout out to my cat, Eat Muggins. I see you out here in these streets. And I want to tell the people that one thing I'm learning is you got to live. It's very difficult to do, but try to learn to live by strength and faith and not by fear, man.
Facts.
Don't be afraid of what you can't do. And I'm learning it day by day. Don't be afraid of what you think you can't do. Just fuck it, yo. Get through it, yo. Because the worst thing because if you win all the time, you'll never get stronger.
Yes.
You'll never learn any new information. It's your losses that make you stronger and that give you information.
Well said. A poet, the drummer, give me the last words for the people. Your last words.
Very simple. If you're a fan of music, don't limit your listening. There's a lot of things out there that will inspire you and that you will. Don't limit your listening. That's it.
Word.
All right, Mr. GoldenChild, you started this whole thing, and let's let you finish this thing off with your last words for the people.
Be on the lookout for We Are the Chosen. We'll be in the theater and the stage near you coming real soon. Hip hop, reggae, soul for all of y'all.
Well, there you have it, party people. We are the chosen. 3 out of 6 ain't bad. I had Mr. GoldenChild, HiCoup, and Poet the Drummer. Now, hopefully, the next show we can get young Natty, Gregg Green, and Lucien Smith on the line. But I know they had family duties to take care of, and they got other gigs. It's always a hustle, and I'm just happy that I got a chance to meet these fine, upstanding citizens of the world, of the country, of their city, representing New York, Brooklyn, and New Jersey. Oh man, I know we only scratched the surface on that. I encourage you to click all the links below in the show notes and find out even more, and follow them around on their various social medias. Do that. Do it. I look forward to hearing more from We Are the Chosen, at We Are the Chosen. Put We Are the Chosen in your Googles. Smash We Are the Chosen all together. Don't put any spaces in there. Smash it all together. That's going to be the branding right there. We Are the Chosen. You're going to find the clothing line, and you're going to find the band. The band is what we're worried about right now. Go check out We Are the Chosen. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. I appreciate it so much, and I look forward to hearing more in the future. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Famous. Now, if you, yes, you, my loyal listener, if you'd like to tell your story, I encourage you to give me a call, 501-470-6386, or email keysdan@aol.com. That's it for me. It's keysdan, radiowhat.com, djlittlerock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.